Hi everyone, I'm Tom Rogers. I'm the superintendent of the Syosset Central School District, and if you can do this, you can learn to juggle. Now, what I want you to notice is that the ball in the air, in this case a line, makes a parabola. What's important about the parabola is that there's a point right at the top that the ball hits before it falls. That point is like a target. You aim for the dot and you try to have the line go up and down along a path. Dot doesn't have to be too high. Right around forehead height is plenty. Just keep aiming for that dot. It gives you a target. Not too high, not too low, nice and easy. Once you feel comfortable with this, and you feel like your tosses with your left hand and your right hand are roughly equivalent. Neither one is higher than the other. Both of them are aiming at the target, and you seem to have no difficulty. The next step is to move up to two objects. Now, when the first object gets to the top of its arc, you throw the second one. Now, those two throws are a little too high. Try to aim more for the targets that I've put on here. Throw left, then right. When the ball hits the top of the arc, that's when you throw the next one. One more time. Right, left. Left, right, just like that. Here's what it looks like when it's not in slow-mo. Right, left, right, left, left, right. You can still see that aiming to hit these 2 points, have the ball hit the point and then drop. And the second throw comes right as the ball hits the top of its arc and starts to hang there. What you're looking for is for both of those targets to be roughly the same height. The more symmetrical it is, the easier it will be when you have another object in there. So practice this over and over until you feel like you've got control and you can hit those 2 points with consistency. And you'll start with your left hand and then throw your right, and then you'll start with your right hand and throw your left second. So you're kind of alternating back and forth. Right, left, then left, right. Once you feel like you've got this down, this is called an exchange. As soon as you can do that exchange, you're ready to move on to the next step where you'll actually juggle. Now sometimes I'll see people do an exchange and they'll throw both hands simultaneously. You don't want to do that. You need to have a nice little rhythm where you throw one and then you throw the other. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait until the ball gets to the top of its arc before you throw that second ball. That's where you buy the time to put in the third ball. Now, moving up to 3 objects, what you want to do is start with 2 objects in your dominant hand. If you're right-handed, you'd start with 2 in your right hand. And then what you're going to do is the same exchange that you did before. So when you throw that first ball, as soon as it reaches the top of its arc, throw the second, and so on. And you just keep going like that in a rhythm. So I realize this may seem a little bit hard to follow because there's so much going on, but what I'm trying to do is have every ball intersect these 2 points roughly on the screen. I have a couple bad throws I'll recover, but I'm just aiming for those 2 targets. I'm trying to keep my right throw and my left throw consistent, and as long as I focus on those 2 points, the balls won't collide in the air. Let's watch that one more time in real time. I'm just trying to throw the balls, have them hit the points, and then fall. And it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. As soon as the ball hits the top of the arc, that's when you throw the next one. It's a lot easier to follow this in slow-mo. Throw the ball When it reaches the top of its arc and falls, that's when you throw the second one. And you just keep doing this over and over again. It's the same 1-2, except now it's just left, right, left, right. And every time the ball hits the top of the arc, that's when it falls. As soon as this ball hits the top of the arc, and it falls. And over again, we're trying to hit this target and have the balls essentially follow a symmetrical path, one after the other, and land in your hand. And your hand actually makes a little bit of a circular motion as it catches and throws the ball. Over and over again. And that's really all there is to juggling. Now, some people find this easier to follow when there's an object that's a different color, like this lemon. You can see that the lemon is following a path that looks roughly like this, like a figure 8 in the air. Follow the lemon now with your eyes. The lemon spends half of its time caught in the hand and then half of its time in the air. But it's just basically going around in that figure 8. The hands are just doing the left, right exchange. Start with 2 in your dominant hand. And then as one ball hits the top of its arc, throw what's in the hand below it to make room for it to land. Over and over again. That's all there is to it. Well, I hope you're enjoying learning how to juggle. Don't get frustrated. It does take a little bit of time. Remember, it's nothing more complicated than the one throw with the one ball that almost anyone can do. It's just a matter of being able to take all of those things and do them at the same time. It'll come, just with a little bit of practice. Speaking of practice, there's a way to make practice easier. When you're a learner, just juggle over a bed or a couch, because then the balls will get caught in the cushions, they won't roll away, and you don't have to bend over as far to pick them up. And you can go a little bit faster with your practice. Give it some time, it'll start to come. Now, make sure also that you've got permission before you go juggling all the fruit in the house. You don't want to get in trouble learning how to juggle. Now that the weather is getting better, I'm hoping to find some time to juggle some more complicated objects and maybe make some videos on how to do those as well. Although considering how much time it took me to make this video, it may be a little while first. Okay, everybody, stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong. See you soon. Can't wait.